Hey there guys, Campy back with another product review. So what am I going to do? Well, little backstory. Since moving into my new home, I've been busy setting it up. And to be honest, I don't have a true office. But what I have been setting up, which you see here, is basically one of my bedrooms I've turned into an office. And since my job has now required me to work from home, this is now my office. As I said, I've been busy setting up my office using these Boyata laptop stands. And if you didn't see that, look back, previous video, and I did a review on these Boyata laptop stands. Awesome, love them, great quality, but you'll get the review. But as I enjoy using them and having them for my laptops, there is one main drawback. And the drawback is that the laptop stands elevate the laptops. Right, that's their job. And in that elevation, the keyboards are up higher and kind of put it out of position for you. So that ends up making me want to go ahead and get a keyboard that can be independent of the laptop itself. So, voice going a little bit crunky. So I didn't just get any keyboard though. I got a Magic Keyboard. This is the new Apple Magic Keyboard with numeric keypad, now in the space gray finish. The Magic Keyboard numeric keypad features an extended layout with document navigation controls for quick scrolling and full-size arrow keys for gaming. It has a scissor mechanism beneath each key that allows for increased stability, while optimized key travel and a low profile provide a comfortable and precise typing experience. The numeric keypad is also great for spreadsheets and financial applications because of the built-in numeric keypad. And the built-in rechargeable battery is incredibly long-lasting, powering your keyboard for about a month, maybe even more between charges. So with that, I'll put a link down in the description to where I purchased it at, directly from Apple, and let you review the specifications and information. But as we move forward, here are the specifications. It's got a height of 0.16 inches from the front, and then towards the back, it's 0.43 inches. It has a width of 16.48 inches and a depth of 4.52 inches. The weight is just a bit under a pound at 0.86 pounds. Sorry, let me correct, 0.86 pounds. And it's quite light. It does feel quite solid also in the build, being light and solid. Additionally, it has the multimedia keys across the top row. It has Bluetooth, of course, because it connects Bluetooth, which then also says that it's wireless, which is true, it's also wireless. And it has a lightning port to charge the device. It also helps you for the initial connection, but I'll tell you this, what was very interesting is that when I first got the keyboard, I went into the MacBook, boom, set it up, didn't even need to plug it in. It found the keyboard like that. It was quick. So now we come to the price. Yeah, it's so it's $149.99 right now, directly from Apple. I've seen other places where you can get it for $129 or the such, but it's $149.99. It's 150 bucks for a keyboard. Yes, you can go and get some really super cheapy for 20 or 30 bucks. And in fact, that's what I got over on the other side of the house. My work desk. Anyway. So, let's move on to the pros. Let's not dwell on the price for too long. It's lightweight, as I said, very lightweight. Feels solid, but it's lightweight. It's got a rigid, and I'm twisting it here, a rigid structure because it's built out of aluminum. Good key function. It's in the key function is a bit more travel than my MacBook Pro, and I have the 2016 version. No, 2018 version that has the very low travel butterfly keys. And this guy right here, yeah, it's a little bit better travel, but same concept. Really nice for me. for me, again, because it's all about me, right? It's all about me, that I have this numeric keypad. What I do in my job and also with play and doing all kinds of stuff, I am a big fan of being able to punch in some numbers. Yeah, I kind of actually do know how to do that thing a little bit with the whole numeric keypad side thing. It has good solid non-slip pads. There are 4 of them on the back side here. You can see them here, 1 here and 1 here and 1 down here and 1 way over here. Yeah, all right. So basically you put it down, and this is a glass tabletop, as you can probably tell from the reflection, that this is pretty locked into place. Now it will scooch a little bit, but it won't, it doesn't take, it takes a bit to get it to move. So it's pretty good. The function key, they're quite useful. You can't see it, I won't have it displayed here, but you've got your displays for the MacBook side, and then of course you have also your apps that you can pop up. I may not be calling it the right thing, but we do have a few functions here. You have the sound functions and you have your display functions. Now, I have 2 different monitors. I have my MacBook, which is right here, and then I've got this large Samsung curved monitor over here. When you do the volume control functions and as well as you do the brightness control functions, it will only operate the MacBook, which I'm using as a second monitor right now. I don't have it closed. I may do that later, but in the Samsung monitor, can't adjust the lighting or the sound on it via the keyboard. Now, well, I've heard that there's some software you can purchase that will allow you to do that type of stuff with this keyboard, but as it stands right now, out of the box, it does not do that. Okay. It can be used on a Windows product. I've verified this. I won't necessarily need to show it to you, but y'all can test it if you want to buy it yourself, but it will work on Windows products. It's a Bluetooth keyboard. It'll show up. And as I said just a little bit before, it will last a long time on charges. Currently, I'm still sitting at like 99%. Granted, I've had it just for a little bit of amount of time, and I'm still sitting at quite a long time. But I will tell you this, I also have their magic, and that's why I got the space gray, because my laptop's space gray, the keypad space gray, and my mouse is space gray. And when I bought the computer with this almost 2 years ago, this guy I bought with the laptop, and that battery, it runs out on me because I forget to charge it. That's the bad thing about it. And let me put it over here on this side so you can see that it goes with the keypad. The mouse lasts forever, and this keypad I'm pretty sure is going to fall into that same suit. And just like the mouse where it has the charging port here for the lightning, the keypad also has a charge for the lightning. Moving on to the cons, we got to talk about the good and the bad, right? So on the bad side, yeah, I mean, first and foremost, it's expensive. You can go out and buy a cheapy, clicky little keyboard for 20 bucks, 30 bucks, I mean, $5 in Amazon. You can find it. Right, the quality may be a bit different or a lot different, but you're not going to quite find, you know, you're not going to run out of options to finding a very cheap keyboard, right? They're all over the place. Let's just talk about it. It's $149.99. It's $150. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's $149.99. It's expensive for a keyboard, but I think that a lot of the negatives on this with the price, I think the benefits of this eventually outweigh it. But if you can get past the price side, the price is out there, okay? No arguments. No backlight. The keyboard doesn't have a backlight. So if you're one of those night stalking style, novel writing in the middle of the dark, typing type fools, it's going to be difficult for you. But if you're one of those novel typing type people, you don't look at your keyboard because you type like the wind, right? I don't. I type like an elephant. no, I actually can do this, but I don't type very fast. And sometimes I have to look down and find out where I'm at. But we all know, a lot of people, unless you're buying this to type a novel, you look at your keypads, and the backlight tends to help guide you. Yes, there are little tabs on the F and the J to help home you out where you're doing your process, and you can start to type. You also have the numeric keypad number 5 with the little bump on it, so you know where you are centered on that. That's all great and well for the non-visual portion of it, but again, no backlight. Cool. It's rather large for a desk area. I mean, it is. It's a full-size keyboard. It's not one of those micro minis that they try to shrink to every little bit of space. And I'll even tell you this, the little cheaper keyboard, cheaper keyboard, and maybe I'll do a review on it, I should, came with the keyboard and the mouse. It's great, but as an example, the delete button is usually quite large, and I'm used to it. The delete button here, and also on the MacBook, which I'm pointing at, but you can't see because I don't have a camera on it, but you can see this delete button is the same size as that one over there. Most keyboards that I'm used to, my delete or backspace or whatever you want to call that button is pretty big. On that keyboard, it's really tiny, and it's right next to my equal sign. So when I go up there to hit that delete, sometimes I end up throwing equals in there instead of deleting a character. So I like that it has the full size set of keys. I'm talking about cons, I'm talking about goods, so sorry about that. Yeah, the con is it's a bit big for your desk, okay? It is a desktop more. It's not gonna be one of your little travels that you're gonna bring your laptop stand and all that stuff and throw your monitor, your computer over to the side and then use this keyboard. It's meant to be mostly at home, even though it's wireless, right? Okay. It's a bit flat on the desktop. If you can see here, and we showed the pictures of how the angle, it has a slight angle, but the angle is not that great. So when you are typing, you're a bit flat wristed. And you know, you may need to get something that might pick it up just a little bit for you and give you a little more of a natural kind of position. You obviously don't want to be way back here with your wrist, but you also don't, you kind of want to get a good natural feel of where your wrists, you also need kind of like maybe a wrist support down here if you're into long amounts of typing. You will still need to, as I demonstrated before, to purchase a mouse or one of those little trackpads. If you don't plan on using, if you plan on closing your MacBook, if you're using it for the MacBook, or if you're using it for a laptop or a laptop stand. The nice thing about the MacBook is that I have still open right now and using as a monitor. I can still use that trackpad instead of the mouse if I want to. I've gotten so used to the mouse, I love the mouse, the Magic Mouse. So I would suggest that you get a Mac mouse if you're getting this for the Mac side of the house, or a mouse for your computer, so you don't have to worry about trying to use a trackpad, because we all know that the MacBook trackpad is awesome as the independent device or as the actual device on the MacBook itself. It's huge, and as I stand right now, I can use it without the mouse, but Windows Tile, except for a handful and more recently, many of the older computers, and also if you're using like an iPad or a Samsung tablet or whatever company tablet that you're using with the keypad and the mouse, works perfect. So need to get a mouse or a trackpad, my opinion. Okay, so moving on real quick, I know we talked about it for a little bit. Who's this for? Well, this is for those crazy novel amount of typing type people, the ones that just 100 miles an hour typing, right? This thing is perfect. It's got good key travel, and it is solid, and it will last. It feels like it'll last a long time. I've seen reviews of others of these older variances. This is the second version, I believe, but these things, they're solid. They're going to last a long time, right? Who else? Numbers people. Numbers, like accountants, scientists. Why do I say that? Because you got this keypad section that numeric keypad, you can manually type in your numbers. I myself, when I'm doing data and I'm putting information in, I like to type in the numbers, and I like the keypad separate. Instead of hunting down the row trying to type in my single number, I can boom, enter, right? That's it. Gamers, because you got the arrow, you got the arrow keys, and you got the larger keypad functions, so you can operate and function as you need to during the gaming process. I mean, it's a full-size style keyboard, works great for gaming. Yeah. And then lastly, I think, it's basically me, lazy type people who don't want to lean over and type on an elevated MacBook when it's over here and I'm typing on something that's over here on this monitor. I've got this keypad here that I can work on this monitor all by itself, you know, not even using this side. And plus it keeps me out of the elevated portion, because if I do any amount of typing for any period of time elevated, it gets kind of problematic. So I want to move on and use a normal style keypad. So before we get into the overall rating, do me a favor, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button, but do me a favor, if you liked it or disliked it either way, throw me some comments down there. Let me know what you're thinking of this type of review. Let me know if I need to change or improve, or, you know, hey, I already know I babble on a little bit. That's me, a little bit, a lot of bit, whatever bit. That's my personality. So it is what it is, but just let me know. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Tell me why. And also, while you're down there, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that you can be notified of other reviews that I do. Okay? So, the overall review. Great quality. It really has great quality. This is light, but, you know, quite well structured. It has very little flex in it, and then when it's down flat, you're not going to feel any flex. It just feels like a solid, well-made piece of equipment. And I don't hate to say it, you know, I've got a Mac and I've got the Android slash Windows slash whatever you want to call it type devices. I got the Mac and then the not Mac, and it just, that's why a lot of their stuff is expensive. It's quality. I see a lot of good quality in this. It's got a great design. To me, simple, straightforward. It looks like a large keypad. It's got a little more travel than the MacBook with the lower travels, so it has a little bit more of a travel to it, but it's not a full travel style of keypad that you might be used to, but I like it. I like the way it feels. I like the way it types. It has great key function. Like I said, it's got that scissor, it's got that stability, it's got that feel. You know, see, I'm showing a couple videos where I'm doing some typing, and I'm actually typing on my notes, which I shouldn't be doing. But now, along with the overall goodness of it, some of the not so good, it's expensive. Said it 2 or 3 times already. It's expensive. Flat out, it's 150 bucks. I think you pay for the quality, but you're also paying for the name. Let's just be straight. That's how it is. It's the same thing I did for this mouse. Same thing I did for the MacBook. It's just you're paying for the quality and you're paying for the name. End of story, right? Backlight. There's no backlight. So if, again, I state that you're one of those night dwellers that likes to type, maybe you got a gaming system and you like it, the lights turned way down while you got your monitor, you're going to need that keyboard somewhere near some light, because you're not going to be able to see the keys. Now, if you're one of those novelistic type typers that likes to type 1,000,000 words a minute and type 1,000,000 words, you're not looking at your keyboard, so you're going to be good anyway. But those of us who like to look once in a while and like to check and see if everything's going on the way it's supposed to, not gonna be that great at night. So get a light. It's a bit flat on the tabletop, on the desktop. As I stated here before, it's flat. So it's not flat. It's got a small angle to it. Let me back up. It's a bit flat. It feels a little bit flat. It does have that small angle and that small curve up towards you a little bit, but it just feels like it may not be completely super ergonomic for your usage daily, long periods of time. But switch, move around, whatever, I think you'll be good. Okay, that in itself is the review of the Apple Magic Keyboard with numeric keypad for $149.99. I know, last time we'll talk about it. So thank you, peace.
Go.